vibe. It's the weekly D. Come along for the ride. Welcome to the weekly D. We going all in. H-Town legends, yeah, we do it for the win. Talking big facts, got jokes on deck. A podcast so fire, man. Show some respect. Plus, dropping in, telling stories so bold. Comedians, hustlers, legends, and pros. We keep it light, keep it tight, but we wildin' too. If you ain't laughing, something wrong with you.
Obviously,
Dude, she popped off quick.
obviously she's complaining about me. You know, it's kind of crazy being married, Alan. You do everything for your wife. You buy them a brand new bed, and yet they
3
still shit on
people.
you.
Holy hell! What is she
Almost
doing?
pregnant.
Live streaming?
Yeah, what the fuck?
I have 3 people waiting.
Just someone's pregnant. Someone in Houston.
Dallas.
Narrow it down.
In Dallas.
Oh, my bad. In Dallas.
Yeah, that DFW. Yep. Definitely went to D-Town right there.
Mm-hmm. She went D, F, and W. God damn, Alan. Oh, congratulations.
I think she wants me to go up to Dallas April 12th.
Oof.
Thank you, sir. I'm a Theo again.
Yes, sir. And that's not
For
a
any
dog
of my
this time.
family that watch this, you'll find out soon.
Congratulations.
Yeah, it's not a dog this time. No, that's what
not
I
a
was a
dog this
grandpa.
time.
I was a grandpa.
That's hilarious.
It's not a dog this time. Thank God.
Yeah. I can't take any more puppies, Alan. I think I'm
love how
maxed out.
I love. Yeah, but I love how you started recording like everything funny happened like 30 minutes ago. Isn't that how it always happens though?
It always happens.
Every time.
I always forget. I don't know when to gauge like hit record. Right? Like we just fucked off for 30 minutes.
And we had the conversation of sitting there and like hitting record as soon as we get into the studio. But then we're just like, nah, because then somebody's titty might fall out by accident, and then nobody wants to see that again. Then we have footage, and it's on someone's computer, and yeah.
Plus, it's a lot of space it takes up when you're recording an hour of absolutely nothing.
You forgot to put away your sex toy right there on your desk, unfortunately, but it's just chocolate.
Someone say chocolate?
I remember when they first invented chocolate.
Chocolate!
I'm too much of a prepubescent boy to continue trying to do that voice. Chocolate!
I never understood. Was it supposed to be a New Jersey like person? A New Jersey accent?
Chocolate.
A Jersey Shore accent?
I don't know.
Someone say chocolate? That was a terrible one.
Well, I mean, I would guess so. I mean, she's a really old fish. She'd have to come from like New York. She was there when they first migrated from London. I don't know.
I know she was supposed to be an old fish, but she dead ass looked like a sperm.
Nah, she looked like a tadpole.
Dried up sperm.
She went Benjamin Button. She looked like a little tadpole. Yeah, a little tadpole fish.
God damn, a tadpole.
She looked like a minnow.
Good call. Good reference for people that don't know their fish. Look up a minnow.
Yeah, I've been fishing quite a bit. Caught a 4-pound catfish a couple days of work.
Nice. Did you fillet it?
Or yes,
just like your flounder.
Did. I didn't fillet it though. No, fuck you. She was nowhere near this fucking fish. The fucking bitch. She wasn't even there. She didn't even go. I even took it to a completely different house.
God damn.
Yeah, I took steps in.
Was that serious?
Yes, I took steps in making sure that it was filleted correctly.
You took preventative measures. I see.
Yes, it was delicious. Then probably caught like maybe a 6 or an 8 pound. Or Nicole caught like an 8 pound. I think I caught like a 6 pound on the weekend. My dad caught another 4 pounder.
You know you have friends that like fishing, right?
Hey man, look, I had to get special permission to go to this pond because it's the back of our lot at work.
I see.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
I see how it is.
The guy that paid that split the bill to put these fish in, he's retiring in May.
Uh-huh.
So we're trying to catch a lot of catfish and fillet them so that way we can do a fish fry for his retirement party.
Oh, that's badass. Hell yeah.
Yeah, there's some pretty good sized fish. They're about 3 years old because they were put in, I believe, May of the year that I started. May, June, July.
When are they too old to eat?
I don't know.
Because I like to fish, but I'm a dumbass. I just catch them.
I just know that when they get like really, really big, that's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
But the other reason why we're trying to fish them and catch them is because if the big ones stay, the little ones aren't gonna grow.
Yeah, because they'll eat them, or they
Yeah,
won't get enough food.
yeah. So that's another reason why we're doing it. So,
Gotcha.
but been getting into fishing a little bit more.
Dude, I've been wanting to go fishing for so long. I went to Galveston, what, 2 weeks ago?
Mm-hmm.
And all I could think was, I should have brought my fucking fishing pole.
So do you buy just your fishing license, or do you do like a super combo or something?
It just depends.
Because I've been doing a super combo for like the past maybe 3 years now,
Mm-hmm.
and I do it just in case anybody decides to take me hunting.
See, I don't have friends that go hunting. That's my problem. That's why I don't buy the
I have
combo.
coworkers that go hunting, but
Uh-huh.
they don't they don't normally go deer hunting. Like my two bosses, they go deer hunting during deer
Mm-hmm.
season. But my other coworkers, one kind of gave it up because just he's trying to save money.
Mm-hmm.
He's not hurting for money, but like every once in a while, he likes to like kind of just cut back on everything and save
Yeah.
as much money as he can. Um, and then the other one, he goes duck hunting like every weekend when it's duck season.
Really?
He goes fishing a lot. He's got like a flat bottom boat.
Nice.
Yeah, so he goes fishing in the river probably every other weekend
Uh-huh.
when he has time.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes he'll even take off Mondays because his soon-to-be wife
Mm-hmm.
is off on Mondays, so he has a 3-day weekend. He likes to go
Nice.
into like Palacios. He lives in Wharton, so he fishes like whatever rivers somewhere around
The
there.
East Bernard.
I think it's the East Bernard. I kind of forget what the other one is that he goes to.
Mm-hmm.
He goes to a couple, and then if his parents go camping, they go to like Port O'Connor.
Okay.
So he'll go out
Good
there and
spot.
he'll be fishing and everything too.
Yeah. It's a
Yeah,
really good spot.
yeah. So
Nice.
yeah, I got into it and then discovered that you can actually make your own fishing rods at home, and I was like,
Oh, where you buy all the parts and build it, or
mm-hmm, it looks dope. Kind of
yeah.
want to give it a wing, but
I have
that's
I
money.
have a, what is it, a ugly stick surf rod
Mm-hmm.
with a pen reel, and it has the polycarbonate braided line.
Pin wheel reel.
Pen reel, like the reel is a pen. I actually haven't taken it apart.
Oh, you a big money motherfucker.
Nah, you know what? I didn't pay a single one. I bartered for this. I worked on someone's tractor.
It looks expensive.
This was the payment. This
It looks expensive
with the what is it, 8 foot ugly stick, 6 foot.
with braided line,
Yeah, polycarbonate and braided line.
buddy.
Yeah, there's some money into this.
By no means do I know anything that's like actually going on. I just know braided line is pretty good.
Yeah.
My coworkers, they'll sit there and they'll name like all kinds of different reels and all different kinds of rods
Hmm.
and then like the combos and everything. And I'm like, dude, you're speaking Chinese at this point.
Yeah, I don't know enough about fishing like to break it down like that. I just know that reel and setup is like $400 or $500.
Yeah, yeah.
And like I said, all I did was someone's oil change on a tractor and then a couple fuel filter changes on their trucks. They didn't have money to pay me, so they gave me the rotted reel.
I mean, they gave you
I have
something.
yet to use it.
Damn.
I've had it for 3 years. I have yet to use it.
Trying to remember. There was a fishing spot that I used to go to out in Beaumont.
Hmm. Well, I have a crappy like ugly stick, like the catfish one for freshwater, just because. I mean, you can catch decent fish with that shit without breaking on the bank. But
Yeah, we used to do like it's like a park that has access to like the intercoastal.
hmm,
So we would fish off of that. Caught a shark one
nice
year.
shit,
Yeah,
very nice,
that was crazy.
very nice.
Yep,
Hell yeah,
it was with my
dude.
favorite.
We need to plan a
favorite.
fishing trip. Me and
Yeah, it
Chino
would
have
be
been
nice.
talking about this for a good minute. Like
I get,
that was gonna be our plan for your bachelor party.
yeah, but I gotta bring the wife, dude. I can't go fishing without the wife.
That's
She'll kill
okay.
me.
That's okay.
Whatever we catch, she'll fry. Hey, it's gonna be good. Trust me.
I
She
bet.
know how to cook.
I bet. I bet. I mean, we had a bunch of her food for Thanksgiving, and it was delicious.
Hmm.
Hmm.
And that was just for her favorite holiday.
Right? Then we need to make sure we plan a Friendsgiving this year again. That was fun. Good
Yeah,
time.
we got a lot of things we gotta plan. We gotta plan. I still have y'all's Christmas gift.
God damn.
Is it wrapped? No. Will I wrap it? I don't know.
You know
I
what,
might just
Alan?
hand it to y'all.
That's not that bad. I had Chino's birthday gift, like the decanter I gave him
Uh-huh.
this year. No, last year. I had that shit for like 2 years, dude. I just always kept forgetting to give it to him. Yeah, it's wild. That's how you know you have good friends, where you really don't even think or care about a gift, and then you remember, oh yeah, I bought that for them.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah,
little
you know what?
outdated now.
I even bought one for myself and I don't even use it.
God damn.
I probably should.
I'm
But
thinking about.
I also don't think I want to use it like right now, especially like when we get on camera and everything, because then you're
Mhm.
gonna know what it is.
I gotcha.
So I'm suffering in silence because I keep forgetting to give y'all's gift. Fuck.
Slacking. So I'm thinking about making a weekly decanter whenever we do like in persons. We can have a badass decanter and the glasses. I think that'd be badass.
I thought you said the same thing about mugs.
I'm still working on doing
Okay.
the mugs too.
Okay.
I think I found someone that'll do the acrylic double cup. Like actually make the cups out of acrylic. So
Double cup. Double cup.
it won't be like a
Where it's got a
Yeti.
vacuum.
It won't
It's
be
like that
like a
clear
Yeti.
one.
It'll be like a plastic cup, but it'll look like a double cup. And I'll say the weekly D on it.
I know which one you're talking about.
Like a
Yeah, I like
double
those.
styrofoam cup. Yeah.
Styrofoam.
It'll look like styrofoam. I don't think I'm explaining it right. Remember I told you I wanted to do something where it looked like a double styrofoam cup, like purple drink?
So you're gonna do it like that?
Yeah, yeah. I think I found someone that'll do it.
That's
So
interesting.
I might order them with our sponsorship money, you know?
Yeah, we making money, boys.
We're making
We're not
money.
getting paid still, but we're getting paid. But
The podcast is getting
the
paid.
bills, the bills are coming first. What bills? I have no fucking idea. All the finances are in Daniel, which
That's
is
why.
a bad financial decision. But
Actually, dude,
everything's under his name, so
you'd be shocked at the spreadsheets I have for budgeting. They're pretty impressive. Pretty impressive.
and yet you're still broke. What the fuck?
Actually, I'm on the way up. I'm on
I'm
the way
getting
up.
there. I'm getting
I'm
there.
debt free.
Next week will be my first paycheck with actual like overtime pay on it.
Nice.
I finally made it, boys. I finally made
Finally
it.
made it to overtime.
I worked 80
Hey,
hours overtime to max out my comp time so I could roll into overtime.
hey, and you did
Oh,
it. Well, you did it before the first quarter ends. Not bad.
yes, exactly. What really helped out was that snowstorm. Working that
Oh, I
snowstorm.
bet. We know how to do.
That 48 hours at work.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. Kind of wish I had maxed out my overtime at that point, but
yeah, that would have been a nice ass trip.
next storm, next storm.
Next time, hell yeah, hells yeah. Well, buddy, I was telling you before we started that I almost destroyed my parents' house this
Mm-hmm.
weekend. So, fun little story. What would this be? 1, 2, 3. So, when my dad bought the house and the property, there's like 6 trees on it. We've cut 3 of them down already successfully without any accidents. But usually it's me and my brothers. This time my dad got involved. And we decided to cut down the tallest tree on his property because it was starting to lean over towards the house. And you've seen my parents' house; they have solar panels and stuff. You gotta make sure it stays clean. And he was worrying because it's a really thin tree. It's the trees in the very front.
Mm-hmm.
They're very thin trees, but they're super tall and they move a lot in the wind. So he was kind of freaking out about it. And he's like, "Oh, we need to cut them down. We need to cut them down." And my dad's cheap, and he knows he has 2 sons that are more than capable of doing things around the house. So decided to hire the Beaner Commission, me and my brother, and we're like, all right, we'll cut the tree down, right? But my dad wanted to be involved, and since he's my dad, he didn't trust anyone with a chainsaw because he knows myself and my brother are 2 dumbasses. And he's like, all right, I'm gonna cut it, I'm gonna make the notches, put the stakes in, and then y'all just pull it over with the rope as I'm cutting it so it falls in the direction we want it to. Now, keep in mind, my brother and I and a couple of friends have done this already multiple times. Never had an accident. Never had a situation where things go south, right? This time, my dad, he bought all the equipment because my dad's one of those guys, if he's going to do a job, he has to have all the tools. So he bought all the equipment. He bought 2 different chainsaws. He bought a bunch of chains. He bought the little stakes you gotta stab into the tree to kind of make it lean over. And he bought the rope. Normally we use this big ass like 1 inch thick rope, 1 to 2 inch thick rope. And usually we tie it around like the light pole that's all the way across the field next to their house. And we use that as leverage to pull the tree in that direction. This time, my dad bought a nice little nylon polyester rope, probably 1/2 inch thick, if that. Not even. It was probably like 3/8. I'm not even gonna lie. And it's polyester, so polyester nylon is very slippery to start with. Right. So we tie the rope. We start making the notches in the tree. Michael, my little brother, starts to pull, and he's like, "Hey, bro, like I really can't hold on to this shit. It keeps slipping." So we go get gloves, hoping we'll get a better grip. He starts pulling, I start pulling, and the rope's like slipping. So we're like fighting to hold it back while trying to pull on the tree. And my dad's just cutting away. Well, we're pulling, and the tree starts going in the direction we want it to go. And then all of a sudden, the fucking rope snaps because it's a shitty nylon rope. Tell me why the tree, instead of naturally falling over in the direction we're pulling, literally rubber bands and flips the other way directly towards the house. Like literally, that shit snapped. We all turned around and everything just went in slow motion. We were all just like, "Fuck!" So it literally just boom straight towards the house. Literally lands an inch away from the house. Like all the branches and everything, nothing touched the house. It like fell perfectly around the house. Now we were taking out my room and the fucking living room, dude.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it was insane. And I'm telling you, like we watched it. That rope snapped. Everything just went in slow motion. I just saw that tree go. My dad was like, "Fuck!" But yeah, dude, fucking insane. So we got 4 of the 6 trees down. We got 2 more to go. We'll see if my dad hires a beaner commission for the next.
Next time, be like, better rope.
That's what I told him. I told him from the beginning too. I was like, I don't think this rope's gonna work. It seems way too like thin. He's like, no, it'll work. And sure enough, we almost destroyed his house. I think he might have shit himself that day. I've never seen my parents turn so pale. But dude, it was insane. By a pure miracle, we missed the house.
He was sitting there probably
Because the tree was
questioning his
literally
retirement.
Russell. Sorry. What were you saying? Fucking Russell and Cleo are going at it.
I said he was probably questioning his retirement at that point.
Right? Bro, it was crazy though, because the tree was literally already falling in the direction we needed to. They just rubber band and went back the opposite way. Yeah,
That's crazy.
It was a scary moment. All I could think was, that's my room. I'm not gonna have somewhere to come to. And then my dad just bought like a brand new TV, brand new couches. He like splurged. So I know he was shitting bricks. But yeah. You ever done something stupid like that? Almost destroy your house?
I destroyed my house. I almost killed a friend multiple times helping him fix a tractor.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think I've heard one of these stories before.
Especially using some questionable straps.
Yeah.
And I even said, I don't think it's gonna work. It's slipping. And he was like, we'll just be fine.
Bro, you could have taken my head off.
Yeah, so I guess it runs in the family.
And I still think about it, like how close of a call that was. Like literally a couple seconds, that would have been me. You would have just ended me. And we had just started working together. That would have been some interesting explanations. You think the cameras would have caught it? Do we even have cameras in the shop?
Probably, and you probably would have been YouTube famous at that point.
Right? Damn, I would have been like those Asian people in factories where they have like a spinning drum and they touch it and they're just. What do you think was the closest call?
Dealership kills Chinese Peppa Pig in freak accident.
There's a freak accident.
God damn.
God damn. A pirate goes on the loose.
It's the one-eyed assassin, thank you.
He cut the noose.
Gave you the guillotine when you look at it.
Right? What do you think was the closest call? That one or the time we almost burned the shop down?
The shop down is kind of an exaggeration. I mean,
Actually, the one where you almost flipped the tractor on me. I think that one was a closer call.
I had no seatbelt. You left me to die alone. Yeah.
You were gonna kill me. You were flipping that shit out to me.
You had a red bar next to you. You would have been fine.
I was past the red bar. As soon as I saw it tipping, I was past
You were across the cornfield at that point. I was like, where the fuck this dude go? I ain't never seen somebody move so fast.
I was like, fuck no, you ain't gonna make me squeal today.
Mhm.
God
Yeah,
damn.
that's crazy.
Maybe I need to just stop doing dangerous shit. I just need to stay in my
I
apartment.
mean, you knew better, but your dad being your dad, you're like, okay, we'll
I
see
was
what
like, he's the
happens.
boss.
You're the boss. You paying me. We're not getting paid, but you're paying me.
Exactly. 30 years old and still
Michael in
doing
the
free
background,
child
you
labor.
getting paid for this shit?
Right? It's like, hold on.
Well, I am the oldest.
Right? I'm like, you should have negotiated before we started.
You should have thought about I'm the favorite and you're not.
Right? Yeah, right. We all know the favorite in my parents' house. A fucking dog.
This spoiled ass dog.
Fucking Casper. He eats donuts every fucking day.
Jesus Christ.
Dude, my parents.
Man, and your dad's retired too.
Hell yeah, dude. My dad literally goes to the donut shop to buy that dog donut holes once a week. You know how fucking ridiculous that is?
And you're over here like, Dad, I work from home. Where are my donuts? You're
Right?
retired. You can make the trip.
I'm
Make a
like, Uber
day out
Eats
of it.
exist. And then he's like, no, you're too far. I'm like, I live down the road.
I help you cut down the tree and almost destroy your house. The least you can do is bring me a donut.
Right. Hey, to be fair, out of 4, there's only been 1 accident. That's a pretty good record. If you ask OSHA, I think we're we're on the up and up.
And you just sit there and look at your mom and be like, I think that's the problem because we didn't have this issue before.
You know what I realized too that day? My mom's retarded, bro. That tree started falling. Tell me why this little itty bitty Hispanic woman thought she could hold the tree up to keep it from falling into the fucking house.
God, no.
You know how you realize people are truly retarded when they do stupid shit in a moment of panic?
Did she stand in front of it and try and push it, or did she try and
Yeah,
hug your head and keep it?
just like trying to push it. I was like, Mom, you don't have the 23rd chromosome strength. Get out the way.
No. But she said, Jesus, take the wheel, and she saved it by an inch. If it wasn't for her,
Right?
it
was
would have
all her.
landed on the house. So
That
you better
one
put
little
some respect on that name.
She's
Oh, you're
about to
such a
turn.
Stanley girl.
Huh?
Look at you. You're such a Stanley
bougie.
girl.
Bougie. I put this bitch in the dishwasher one day by
I don't like
accident.
that one.
It fucking started peeling. It's not real.
Yeah, I don't like that one. I don't like the straw. I like the flippy straw one.
You like the flippy, huh?
Yeah.
Like the flip it over?
Oh, goddamn.
Damn cochino.
Oh, I forgot to show you something.
What's up? God damn.
You're like, motherfucker.
Why you don't get paid?
I got your ass good though. You're like, oh, what's up?
No,
As for leaving me on that tractor to die
I didn't
alone.
leave you. You were flipping the tractor on me. What was I supposed to do? Catch the tractor like my mom? I didn't.
Yeah.
I may be downs, but I ain't that downs, dude. I wasn't gonna turn into fucking Incredible
The
Hulk or
weight
something,
distribution would have helped.
buddy.
It was
You
your
had all the
tractor
weight
I was
on your
lifting
end.
anyway.
You had all the weight on your end, and it still was about to flip.
Jesus Christ.
God damn, dude.
I
Don't
love how
let
we always
Alan.
go back to that story, man.
It was so funny. It was so ridiculous. Like that was probably the fastest I've moved since I was in high school.
Mm-hmm.
I was gone. I was ready to pull my phone out and everything. That's how far I got.
God damn. You're going to record my death. That's amazing. What a great friend.
I would have got a second angle, just in case.
Just like everybody else that uses like social media and everything, instead of helping people, they're just recording the accident as it happened.
Bro, that shit's wild. Did you hear about the guy that got jumped at the gas station here in Houston?
No.
There's some dude that got beat to death at a gas station here in Houston, and nobody helped. But yeah, they have like 40 different angles of it. Like it was a
Oh,
busy
that's
ass gas
crazy.
station, and people were just watching this dude get beat.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, bro, Houston's getting
No, I didn't.
crazy.
I didn't hear about that one.
No,
No, I didn't
yeah,
hear.
Houston's getting really crazy, dude. Did you hear about the kids that tried to kill their mom?
No.
It literally happened like 2 days ago. They haven't identified anyone, but there was
Here
three
in
arrests
Houston.
made. Huh?
Here
Yeah,
in
here in
Houston.
Houston, in Harris
Oh,
County.
oh,
Yeah, so three teenagers, ages 14, 15, and 16, I think. All three girls tried to kill their mom because she turned off the Wi-Fi. Like literally turn off the Wi-Fi, change the password, and then try to kill her. And all I could think was, what's the point of killing her? You're still not gonna get the fucking password,
at that point, my children will be getting the blicky.
right? Apparently, they
You coming
chased her
after
with
me
knives.
with the deadly whip? You gonna chase me with the knife? You brought a knife to a gunfight.
Right? That's so fucking crazy though. To kill your mom over the fucking Wi-Fi, like you could have gone
Wait,
to
so they
McDonald's.
actually do it, or they just tried?
They attempted. They attempted.
Okay, it was attempted. Okay, that's crazy, dude. But you know, when you think about it, though, like a lot of the younger kids now, their whole life revolves around the
The
internet.
internet. Yeah. Like
Like,
I don't understand like someone who does social media for a living, a content creator. You cut the Wi-Fi on me and I'm making racks. Like I won't be mad. I don't know if I'm gonna murder somebody. I mean, I can go to Starbucks,
yeah, that's a bit
go
of
to
an
McDonald's.
extreme. But then again, those are probably kids that have never actually physically touched Scratch. They've just seen pictures of it online.
Which brings up my next question. So they haven't identified anyone. So I know this is gonna sound fucked up, but me and Ollie are playing a game called "What Race Are They?" I'm going with the angry white kid. I don't think it could be a Latino family because Latinos have a lot of respect for women in their families.
You know, that depends though. Are they all silver teeth kids?
I mean, I feel like silver teeth kids would.
Now, if you got three of them, you got an issue. Stop reproducing.
Yeah, good
that's
point there.
what that's what I told Nicole. I was like, dude, I hope our kids, none of them are silver teeth kids. I was like, oh my god. She's like, we'd be returning him.
Put them back.
I was like, but then again, we do already have one, and it's Dylan.
That is true. But there's
He
a
did actually have silver teeth, believe it or not.
well, that one came with a no return to sender.
Yeah, couldn't even bring up the warranty up to the manufacturer at all. It's a
They went
manufacturer
out of
defect.
business. Huh?
Yeah, went out of business. Went out of business.
God damn.
Declared bankruptcy.
You didn't read the terms of service with that one, did you?
No, I didn't. I didn't know what I signed up for. I just said, how bad could it be?
18 years.
18 years. Man, I'm almost like, what is he's about to be 12. We've got,
Okay, you're almost there. You got six
yeah,
more.
we've got six more years. And we're like, something's got to change. Something has to change. Just before I got on, I went in and I was like, I'm not usually the one that takes the first shower. It's him, and then it's like her sister.
Mm-hmm.
And when I went in, dude, this boy took a bar of soap, was playing with it, and decided to like squish it. Brand new bar, mind you, brand new bar.
Okay.
Took half of it and smeared it over everything.
The fuck?
And he was in the shower for like about 10 minutes.
Holy shit.
And I'm over here like I walk in, take my shower, soap all over the tub, all over the handicap bar that's in there, like splattered onto the wall, and I'm just like,
Oh no.
I'm like, I'm gonna kill somebody because they're trying to kill me. This is attempted murder.
Right? It's trying
If
to
I
make
didn't
you
have
slip
the,
and
if
fall.
I didn't, yeah, if I didn't have that handicap bar, I would have fell. But then I would have lost my grip because the soap's on the handicap bar. It
So
was
what was
attempted
that?
murder.
Right?
Nah, I got after him and I told him no more bars of soap.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
You didn't
His
give him a soap on a rope.
oh my god, no, because he's gonna be sitting there playing with it the whole time. You
Yeah.
can't even put a plastic cup in there
I got you, bro.
without him sitting there like splashing water. You couldn't even put like a drain stopper because then he turns the shower into a bath.
Goddamn.
And don't get me wrong, I did that growing up too, but I at least cleaned myself, bro. I'm not just sitting there just to play with the water because it's
Just throw it
fun.
in the water.
Yeah. No. And
You
then
know.
we had to explain how deodorant works.
Uh huh.
So on the stick ones, he understands what it is. I feel like I'm living like a Gabriel Iglesias moment here. Okay, I feel like I've reached that point where my life is Gabriel Iglesias
Mhm.
explaining to this kid that I'm raising
Mhm.
how to use deodorant.
Oh
On the
goddamn.
stick ones, the solid bars.
Uh huh.
He's done, right? And he twists it.
He
Well,
twisted.
yeah, because it has like the bottom where you can twist it
But
and it
yeah,
like
yeah,
runs up. So his armpits are so bad that the solid deodorant sticks ain't working.
yeah. Oof.
It ain't enough.
Oof.
So I switched them to mine, which is
Uh huh.
gel.
Uh huh.
Lasts a lot longer, and sometimes when you forget to put it on, like the following day, it's actually still on you even after you shower. Like you can still kind
Yeah.
of smell it. So I switched them to that. He popped it off. He put it on. And then this went on for about a couple of days. And then I'm sitting there like, did you put on deodorant? Yeah, I put on deodorant. So today I was like, show me how you put on deodorant. And he goes,
Uh huh.
and then I'm like, lift up your arm again. It's dry. Then I'm like, you didn't twist it, did you? What? It's the same as your other one. You gotta twist it. He twists it. I was like,
You need to
oh
just get
my
him the
god.
Axe body spray, dude. Just spray him.
No, because then he's gonna sit there and he's gonna try and find a lighter and start a fire. You can't trust him with anything, dude.
You know what you need to do? You need to go to Spencer's and buy him that good old soap. Looks like a little donut. It's a soap bar of soap in the shape of a donut. Let him tire himself out with that. Problem solved.
Unfortunately, I don't think he wants the donut shape. I think he wants the other shape. Realistically,
Realistic.
as this boy gets older, and the more that I watch him walk and the
Uh huh.
mannerisms that he does,
Mm.
he's a bottom. I'm sorry, but he's a bottom. I don't have anything against anyone's sexuality. All I'm saying, and I'm stating a fact here, is that this boy is gonna come home
He has bottom energy.
and he's bottom.
Oh my god. What are you gonna do when the day he gets home? He's gonna be like, Alan, I got something to tell you. And then you're like, what? He's gonna be like, I lost my virginity today. And then you're like, I'm proud of you. And he's gonna be like, I don't know why,
I
but it
saw
hurt.
that clip. I saw that prank.
Is it supposed
I
to hurt?
sent it. I think I sent it to Nicole, and I was like, "This is Dylan. This is totally Dylan." And even if he did it as a prank, I would sit there and I would actually believe him and be like, "God damn time,
You know what you need to do is have the Vicks ready. He says it hurts, but like
Vicks."
put this on there.
Oh my
It'll
god!
help relax the muscles.
Not the dragon's breath. Not the dragon's breath. That's horrible. I also dread the day that he discovers his, you know,
His wee.
yeah, yeah. Like I hate the. I don't even want to think about it.
Just
How
think about the
disgusting he is
shower, bro.
now, I can only think of like the different places that he's probably going
Just think
to.
about the shower, the soap incident. It ain't gonna be soap next time.
Dude, no, no,
You're gonna have to worry about slipping.
no, dude, nah.
Catch some of that shit. Use it as hair gel.
I have, you know. So ever since you told me, well, I think it was you, or no, it might have been a confessional or a Reddit story. I smell my soap before I use it, my shampoo and my body wash,
Picture
because he looks like the little shit that would sit there and pop open that cap and just go into my shit just to piss me off.
Are you washing your hair and realize it's stiff all of a sudden?
Yeah. Yeah.
No suds,
Yeah.
just stiffness.
Yeah. Speaking of which, the other day he comes out of the shower and we're like, "Did you wash your hair?" "Yeah, I washed my hair." And we're like, it looks kind of funny. And he's like, "Huh?" And he touches it. He had pieces of bar of soap still stuck in his hair. I was like, "That's not shampoo, dog. That's for your body. What the fuck?"
He's a one size fits all kind of guy, bro.
Whatever you give him, he tries to use for everything. He'll use shampoos, body wash, and at this point, if he uses it, I'll take it. Because that boy stank. Oh my god, he stinks. I don't even understand how you can't smell himself. Can you
God
smell
damn.
yourself when you smell nasty?
Yeah,
Yeah, you can smell when you forget you put
especially
on
in the
deodorant.
summertime. Huh?
You know what that taint smells like?
I don't want to.
Smell it sometimes when you're sitting down and you're all sweaty and you're like, whoo, smell like booty.
Yeah. Summertime.
Yeah.
Not friendly to oversized
Yeah.
guys, that's
And
for
then
sure.
and then you know what it smells like with the biofreeze in there.
Oof. Fuck that bio. Worst thing ever is when you use biofreeze and you're sweating. That shit gets everywhere.
Breathe.
Yeah, yeah. It was when I worked at Lansdowne.
I remember you texted me and you were like, I did this, and you explained it to me, and then I was like, oh.
Yeah, because I had torn my pants and the breeze was coming in. I was like, oh, that's a little refreshing there. I'll tell you, dude, biofreeze and sweat does not go together. It literally runs. Oh, man. Good times, good times.
Your pee pee?
Hell yeah, bro. This shit was fire and ice.
Oh my god. Jesus Christ.
It's like, have you ever put Vicks on something and then go take a piss after and completely forget to wash your hands before you grab your dick? That's an interesting feeling, too.
Not at all. No.
And
I
you
don't
blow
think
on
so.
it. You're like, wait, is it on there?
No, I don't think so. No. The only thing I felt is whenever you put hand sanitizer on your hands and find out you have a paper cut.
Or some brake clean on your hand after working on something? You've never done that? God damn, Alan, you haven't turned wrenches enough. That was me all the time. I'd forget I have cuts. That's usually how I realized I cut my hand during work.
No, I can't recall if I actually did or not. No.
That's crazy. You know, last week we had talked about talking about a rap battle. How we had a epic rap battle. And I just remembered that we had talked about that and we never broke down the lyrics to talk about the best punchlines on there. We
You
had
got
a
them
pretty
all
good rap
saved.
battle. How many songs did we go back and forth? I think we had enough to. I think we did 3 or 4.
I think it was more than that, buddy. Was it
No,
4? I thought it was like 6 or something.
I think you did 3. I did 4 because I did the last
I
one.
feel like it was.
Yeah,
Hold on, let me check. Let me check because
those were fun.
I actually have this thing open. Let me see.
Your Suno? Is it Suno or Suno?
Suda, come on, you stupid
See how many
computer.
songs? Oh, I did
See,
make a narco
1,
corrido
2,
about you too.
3. I did 3.
You
I
did
did
3?
3, and I don't think I responded to the last one. Yeah.
Damn, I think I did like 6 to be honest, but I only sent 4. I had a bunch of different versions of the same one to be honest. It
You're sitting
wasn't
in front of a cam looking like a Chinese Peppa Pig.
God damn.
Yeah, that was the first one. That was wild.
That was a good one. That was a really good one. I think one of my favorite ones was they call you AOZ, but that's AOB, always out of breath. That was a pretty funny one.
Jesus Christ.
All up a cool whip looking ass boy.
I was trying to see what else. I think it was like boy sitting in front of the cam looking like a Chinese Peppa Pig, and Mini Boss got you bowing, begging like a dog. Damn, you're just Kyle's side chick.
God damn.
Talk tough, but your spine is still missing. Like your hairline. Ain't no cap. I seen your fade. It's just a straight line.
God damn.
And then he called me a pirate. And I was like,
Yeah.
it was like, oh, you're the alpha? Nah, you just a plug for the feds. Talking like a king, but your queen got you strapped to the bed. I
That was
might
a
be
good
a
one.
pirate, but you're the one getting pegged.
God damn, dude. You fucked
Okay,
me
let's
up on that one.
move on to the other one. Like, yo, Daddy, back again, still looking 40. Nothing more whack than your clapbacks. That shit sounding corny. Then we did the whole like Drake and Kendrick comparison.
Yeah.
And then for some reason, I ended up going into like the whole podcast
You did.
quite a
Because I
bit.
said you'd always be a second mic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's one. It's like your podcast stuck, numbers low, and it's looking rough. Kyle dipped and Alan's shining. Now you're just riding in the back. It's like your knees and your punchlines both out of whack.
Damn.
I think I was trying to
Goddamn.
go for like an old Yeller vibe, dude.
Yeah. You fucked me up on some of these though.
Yeah, and then I went into the whole calling you a fake Texan.
Oh, I got one that
That
was
one
pretty
wasn't
funny.
the greatest. That one wasn't the greatest. Honestly, that one could have been better. I
Yeah.
love how you were just like you and your sad boy songs, and I just decided to start adding sad boy records to the beginning of every single one.
That was fucking hilarious. You know, I wrote a line, but it wouldn't let me do it. Where it was like, "Sad Boy Records, you should just kill yourself and it'd be easier to listen to that than to listen to your music."
Jesus Christ.
I also had one. This one was pretty funny. I was like, "Every step you take, it's a seismic event. NASA checked in. Yo, the Earth just bent."
Jesus Christ. Dude, there was one, oh my god, I don't have it anywhere. I think it's on my phone. Dude, there was one where like I told Nicole, I was like, no, 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 no. It was like conversation between me and ChatGPT where I was just like, yo, put more smoke in this shit. Put more smoke in this shit. Make it more disrespectful. And then it went disrespectful, and I was like, yo, whoa.
Dial it
Whoa.
back.
I typed in dial it back and they said, so we're trying to murder, but we're not trying to like murder. And I was like, yes. Because it was talking about it started talking about Noelia, like saying like you lacking in bed or some shit. Now she's on me, and I was like, whoa.
God
I draw the
damn.
line right there. I draw the line right there. But I learned that as I was using the same, I guess, what would you call it, like chat room in that
Yeah, the
instance?
same chat. Yeah.
Yeah, the same chat GPT was sitting there and like adding like learning as
Yeah, it
more
literally
information.
learns.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's learning more and more, and then like, dude, I never mentioned Kyle, and it started bringing up Kyle.
Bro, so I called you Jelly Bean one time on this podcast, right?
Yeah,
This is a line Chat GPT wrote. It said, "And why your beats sound like you're like pure depression. AI written, no soul, just a therapy session. Trying to be Jelly Roll, but you're more Jelly Bean. Sad boy lyrics with the Walmart dream."
that's what I find crazy, and it's actually kind of scary at that point that
Yeah, because you're just like, oh shit.
you're like, wait a minute, I didn't put that in there. How does it know that? That's terrifying.
I don't
Technology
even
is like
remember if I called you Jelly Bean on the podcast or if it was in a text message. That's the scary part.
I don't know, but yeah, that's actually kind of crazy that it was sitting there like bringing stuff up that I didn't even type in.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. It's crazy how much it learned. It's really crazy because it brought up podcast stuff too that I never mentioned. It just did it. And I was like, oh, okay, I'm going to run with that. Yeah, no, the AI is crazy, bro. It's pretty badass. Not going to lie. Oh, here's another one. Ayo, AOZ, boy, you really be stressing. Dropping them songs that's depressing. Trying to be Kendrick, but that ain't impressing. You more like Thick Shady, out of breath and guessing. Damn, bars. Dude, that was fun. We can do that again.
I'm trying to see where the other line is. How you talking about beef when you're barely a snack? How you trying to run a game when you're stuck in the past? You're sitting courtside but never in play. It's a young man's league. Better stay in your lane.
God damn. Fucking cutting deep there, huh?
Dude, it was like a living off of memories, still talking about Lamar, but this ain't high school and you ain't no star. Every bar that you spit got that washed up feel like a mixtape from 2010 that never got a deal.
God damn. Here's one. Boy, you so broke, even your dreams on layaway. Your car declined just trying to pay to play. Tighter than your shirts? Man, them funds locked. The only time you run is from the bank when it's blocked.
God damn.
And I was like, talking like you big, like you own this lane, but your whole career just circled in the drain. Sad boy music, bro, that name fits. Your career like your pockets, it don't exist.
It's like, what's that? You got that itch wishing you were sniffing that booger sugar off a midget's tits? You fiending for that line like your podcast fiending for clicks. You need sponsors to live, but you still broke as shit. Man, you're flexing, but your money's looking funny. Spent your last check on that OnlyFans honey.
God dang it.
And I'm trying. Oh, here's the one where it was like, this was just fucked up. It was like, damn, Danny, where's your pride at? Your girl wear the pants. You're the boss, but your spine got snapped. Trying to act like you the man, but the city don't know you. You just a washed up host with a mic and no persona.
Oh, that's the one you sent me. Yeah. I was
God
like,
damn.
fuck.
I was trying to do look at me. I'm the captain now, but it didn't work out that well.
It didn't work out.
It didn't work out that well. It didn't say it as hard as I wanted it to say it.
I gotcha.
I had ideas, man. I had ideas of how I wanted it to sound.
Yeah, I did too. Every time I did one, like I had a bunch of ideas of how I wanted it to sound, where I wanted the ad libs and stuff.
What the fuck? I have a suggestion here on a song, and it says "dogs be pooping." I don't even know if I want to click on. I'm clicking on it. Let's see. Let's read these.
Oh, here's one. Here's one. Ready? He goes, "How you talking about weight when you built like a load? Boy, your knees begging mercy, but your gut won't fold. Texas heat got you sweating, but that ain't the sun. That's your thighs rubbing friction like a whole gas run."
This dude literally wrote a whole rap about his dog taking a shit.
God damn.
Step outside, gotta watch where I walk. Little homie just dropped something right on the block. Concrete jungle, but the jungle got stains. Everywhere I turn, landmines in the way. Told my dog chill, but he just don't care. Left a fresh present, didn't say where. Neighbors throwing looks, I pretend not to see. Cause I ain't scooping nothing. That ain't on me.
God damn.
Poop,
I swear
poop.
people ain't got shit to do.
Dude, it says it. Poop, poop. Everywhere I step, it's a mess. Whoop, whoop. Ain't no warning signs. It's a test.
Whoop whoop.
Splat, splat. What the fuck you mean, splat, splat? Sneakers looking worse than the rest. Oh no. Just bought these new kicks. Now I'm stressed. What the fuck?
Jesus
I'm just
Christ.
reading the lyrics, dude. I'm not even.
That's pretty funny.
I haven't even played it. I'm gonna play it real quick. Let me. Oh no.
Share that
I
shit.
gotta
Share
share it.
that
Yeah, I
shit.
gotta share it. I gotta share this shit. Share. Is this how you? Yep.
Okay, I like the beat. It's kind of fire. Ooh, it's actually kind of fire. Not gonna lie.
I ain't gonna lie. The beat goes pretty hard.
I was about to say it's actually kind of
It's
fire.
not bad. Okay, when you read the lyrics, you're like, man, I don't know about this.
But when you hear it all together,
Yeah, dude
I
even
can
says
fucks
that
with it.
it's an original. It's an original. He said that's crazy. You know what? Yeah, that's probably what I need to do. Probably go looking for some off the wall lyrics and then just do a reaction of how it actually sounds.
Yeah,
That'd be pretty dope.
that wouldn't be a bad idea.
That or I write something up and just write it up and then we sit here and kind of decide what style to put it in and then just throw it in and see what it sounds like.
I don't hate that either. I'm not gonna lie.
Write some really off the wall stupid shit.
Yeah, I think that'd be a pretty good idea if you ask me.
Copyright that shit.
Right?
Let it be known.
Let it be known.
Let it be known. It's a thing. It's going to happen. Where's my album? I don't want to talk about it.
Oh yeah, we were supposed to have an album by now, bro.
Yeah, I'm working on song number 8. It took forever to finish up song number 7 because the way the AI sings the song doesn't sound right. So I had to change up the lyrics a lot. And then I think I finally found one that I really liked. So I
Oh.
said, send it. Started working on the next one, and then we had to start recording.
I mean, if you think about it, you'll have that album, and then we're gonna drop the Weekly D Rap Beef album.
Yeah, we gotta put all the songs together and probably like set it up to where it's like your distract, then the one I responded with, and then your response, and then your response, and just do
Yeah,
that.
and we can just call it Danny G versus AOZ
Yeah,
or
and then like the
heavyweight beef.
bonus ones, and then the bonus ones will be like the
The
extra couple
pirata,
of ones that you send, and then the pilato one.
the corrido.
Yeah, the corrido. I was listening to it and I was like, this dude
Went too far.
went too far. Went too far. It's too much, man. We're trying to have a rap battle, not a dance off. Come on. I felt my boots
Like someone,
slowly like
I'm gonna do it.
elongating and like doing a little curl. You
Right.
know, I was like, God damn,
Bucanas appeared all of a sudden in your hand.
God damn. I was like, is this a Modelo? I don't even drink it.
Right. It's Modelo time, fool. All right. I think this is a good time to go into our clip of the week. What do you think, Alan?
Yes.
Alrighty, well, pull up your teleprompter because before we go into the clip of the week, we should tell our listeners about our good friends at Tabs. All right, let's take a quick break to talk about something that can really heat things up. Tabs Sex Chocolates.
Yeah, if you're looking to turn up the romance and enhance intimacy, Tabs has you covered. These aren't just any chocolates, they're made to be shared. You break the square, share it with your partner, and then, well, you know the rest.
That's right. Break it, share it, bang. It's that simple. And the best part, Tabs is designed to enhance the experience for both men and women. It helps with blood flow, sensitivity, endurance, so the pleasure lasts longer and feels even better for everyone involved.
Plus, it tastes amazing, rich, smooth, and just the right amount of indulgence. It's the kind of treat that turns dessert into foreplay.
And listen, if you've been feeling a little too relaxed lately, Tabs is here to help. One bite, and you might just find yourself getting bricked up faster than a construction site on a deadline.
Exactly, and right now, we've got an exclusive deal just for the DFAM. Head to the Tabs website and use promo code LOVE, LOVE, 231690 at checkout to unlock your special discount.
That's LOVE 23 for a sweet deal on something even sweeter. So, whether you're planning a special night or just want to keep things exciting, Tab Sex Chocolates are the way to go.
Go grab yours now and get ready to build some memories.
And get bricked up.
God damn.
God damn.
The
All right, so,
D and weekly D.
yes, sir. All right, so this week we got a special clip of the week. Let me go ahead and pull it up to where it's that. Okay. That Alan provided us today. Alrighty.
I actually
Ready,
forgot what I sent you.
you ready for the clip of the week, amigo?
Mm-hmm.
Let's do this.
Lady,
God damn. You gotta be careful with that. You can shoot an eye out. That's what be doing in the shower in a couple in a couple of years. Walk around with a blown out eye. Alan Dillon's gonna have to wear an eye patch for a whole nother reason. He's gonna have a different
Jesus
kind of
Christ.
friendly fire.
It's gonna be like, what's his name off of Frozen? The snowman?
Olaf?
Olaf? Oh,
Yeah.
I've been impaled.
Oh, that's wild. Kill the dog.
But I wonder what it sounded like. Did it go bang, or was it just like, ooh?
Or was it silent?
Or did he go, hey?
I don't think it went. If it shot the dog, bro. I think it said giggity.
Giggity.
Or did bang. Little finger guns. Bang, bang.
I wonder if the dog was named Target.
Or spot.
God damn.
Dude, imagine that. Taking out the dog. Taking out the family dog.
First of all, why is the dog on the bed while you're doing that? Or were you in the shower and you shot him through the wall?
Or was the dog like an innocent bystander where you're just walking by the window and then bloop,
Man, that or they were using peanut butter.
they Kurt Cobain the dog, huh?
Hmm. There'd be some freaky people out there, man.
I swear, dude. I swear. I started watching Love on the Spectrum. Now that's a show. That's a show for any like normal bodied person that's still single and has been trying for years. I need to take some notes from these Love on the spectrum guys because they got some game, son. It's all 23 chromosomes in me.
Did you hear that 23andMe is actually telling everybody to log in and delete their information?
Yeah, the CEO quit because she's been selling all of everybody's information.
That's crazy.
Glad I haven't done it. I've been wanting to do it. I
I
just
was
couldn't
wanting to do
afford
it
it.
too, but then I looked it up and it's a lot of money.
Well, every year around Christmas they go on sale, and it's like $50 for the basic one.
Damn.
Yeah, sure glad I didn't do it. I mean, because that's even scarier than them just having like your credit information. Because like that has genetic information on you.
And that's scary because if insurance companies get a hold of it, then they know that you're.
Not just that. Like think about it this way, okay? Let's say China gets it right, and you go to China, and for some reason you piss off the wrong people, and they decide to frame you, or imprison you for some odd thing that they just planted your DNA at. Well, that's the things that get scary. You go travel somewhere and they have a clone of you or something. There might be 3 Chinese Peppa Pigs for all we know.
Goddamn.
Might be
We're
a
breeding them
Snorlax
to
up in
feed
there.
them. We breed them, we feed them, and then we cut them up and we eat them.
God damn, dude.
Damn.
That sounds terrible. I'd be a terrible
Now you
person to
find out
eat.
you're that Chinese at the barbecue at the Chinese buffet. You're those Chinese ribs.
Bro, those things are kind of fire.
They are. They are. They're really good. You can't knock them, man. You can't knock them.
you
They're pretty
know,
good.
you know what I've come to really appreciate is Chinese fried chicken. Have you ever had like Timmy Chang's?
I
The
can't
Houston
say
staple.
I can't say that I've had chimichangas. Timmy Chang's.
They're chicken wings. They're plain chicken wings, but they're like this fucking big, and they're delicious. And they come with a pound of fried rice. You can't go wrong with it. It's actually really good.
Is it next to an ASPCA? I said, is it next to an ASPCA?
It's on Bissonnette.
Instead of Mexican music in the background in the kitchen, you just hear meow.
God, that's right next to Petco. Ironically,
Goddamn.
they couldn't help
They're
it.
hamsters. Oh, no!
I
Not the
know.
hamsters.
I don't know, but their chicken wings are fucking amazing, dude. If you ever near one, you should definitely go try.
Yeah, I've never been to that one. I've had P.F. Chang's.
That's like commercial, dude. I'm talking about a Houston staple is Timmy Chang's. The only place you can find them are in Houston.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever really gone to a Chinese restaurant anywhere in Houston besides P.F. Chang's, and I thought that was fancy, but
It's fancy.
it doesn't. It
That's like the
doesn't.
Olive Garden of Chinese food, bro.
Yeah, I didn't
That's
like it.
like one the Hispanics dress up to go to. You remember as a kid, if you went to Olive Garden, your parents made you dress up like in your church clothes?
Nope.
No,
No,
that was the thing with
My
my
parents
parents.
didn't do that. No, my parents didn't do that.
Oh, my parents did that all the time. If we were going to Olive Garden, you had to go dressed up because it was a fancy restaurant.
No, we didn't do that. We kind of
P.F.
just went
Chang's
in
was
like our
just like,
normal clothes. Like you weren't like ragged, but you were
mm.
decent. You were casual.
Oh no, we used to go dressed up, dude. We used to go like we just got out of church, like dressed up, like slacks, button-up shirt, sometimes a tie. Your best watch, cologned up. I'll just think,
Everybody in that restaurant just sitting there looking at you like, oh my god, here comes those Catholics.
yo,
Not that you were successful or anything. They were just like, oh my god, those churchgoers. Ugh.
right? We didn't even go on a Sunday. We would go like on a Saturday to avoid the Sunday
Wait, and then the
traffic.
waitress is just like, oh god, they're gonna ask me if I want to know about the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Have you been saved?
Have you been saved?
Well, yeah, no.
Geico, 15% or more.
I feel like that was an old school Hispanic thing though, like first generation. Like you would get dressed up and go to like fucking Olive Garden or P.F. Chang's or Cheesecake Factory. Pretty much
Uh,
anywhere that gave you free bread, that was the place you dressed up.
yeah, see, I think that's where I kind of like missed the Hispanic part because
I think
I
that
didn't have
might be
that.
like a first generation or fresh off the boat kind of thing, where you dress
Well,
up.
technically speaking, both of my parents were kind of fresh off the boat.
That is true.
Technically speaking, it just skipped a generation, I guess. I don't know.
I guess I don't know.
I don't know. We were just always they always just had me dressed like nice, but not like formal.
Yeah, okay, bougie then.
It's like, oh my god, look at those
Now I go to
Jehovah's
Olive
Witnesses.
Garden in fucking sweats, Crocs, and a hat.
See, I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't go. I can't exactly go to a restaurant in my PJs. I can't do that.
I'm not saying PJs. Goddamn, dude.
No,
I'm
I'm
saying
just saying, like
sweats.
in that sense, you know what I mean? Like you in your
Mm.
comfort clothes. I can't do that, dude. Anytime I go out, I have to put like jeans and boots on. I mean, the boots ain't fancy or anything. Like they're work boots, but still, it's like jeans and boots and a t-shirt.
I used
Like,
to do that too when
yeah,
I
if
was.
it's like super hot, then I'll wear like shorts and sandals. But that's like
Mm.
about the extent of it.
Gotcha. Oh no, I can't do that.
I don't go out in basketball shorts or nothing like that. That shit's for like around the house.
Yeah, yeah. No, I'll do sweatpants. I won't go in shorts. Not to go out and eat. Well, not like basketball shorts.
You and your pale legs.
Hell yeah, dude. They're ashy.
Yeah, I've actually had to start moisturizing after showering. My skin, it was so dry, it's bad. I don't know if it's like the
Dude,
hard water from this well. This
no homo though. Your skin, your face looks like it's been clearing up drastically. Like drastically, bro.
you know what it is?
The lighting,
No, no,
the weight loss.
the lack of greasy food, dude.
Yeah, like
I
it's drastically, dude.
Yeah, like
Drastically.
I haven't had. Usually, I break out really bad, especially like when I shave. Like
Mm-hmm.
whenever I shave,
You
whatever I
shave?
have. Yeah, I
God
shave.
damn, Alan, you just blew my mind.
It's look, dude. The hair is so thin and so tiny that you can't see it on camera, but it's there. It's there. It's just that when I take photographic proof, it just doesn't show up.
It
It's
doesn't
non-existent.
show.
It's
I
like
don't know,
green
buddy.
screening.
I worked with you for a while. I saw a little bit of dirt get on your chin sometimes, but I ain't never seen no hair, bro.
I had a very, I had a funny moment yesterday at dinner. So we saw Dylan because he comes out the shower and he's got like fucking cowlicks like left and
Mm-hmm.
right, and we're just like, go comb your hair. This boy decides to pull it to the right. He combs it over like this, and I was like, oh god. And they're like, man, he looks like that kid off of what was the show? Forget the show. Adam's Family. Looked like a little boy with the comb over. Adam's Family.
Oh my god.
Yeah, yeah. And they were like, what was his name? And I was like, I don't know, Adolf. Nobody fucking heard me.
Oh my god.
And they were like, no, what was his name? And I was like, did y'all ever know about that one little boy that also had that hairstyle? And they were like, no. I was like, have you ever seen him wave? And they were like, no. And I went,
Oh no. Can I have just had the Elon? Did they freak out?
mind you, I am the minority in this house. I'm surrounded
By white
by,
folk?
by white folk that, if I'm not mistaken, they're kind of Polish, kind of Czech, kind of German. So,
No, you're up their alley.
oh my God, they just sat there and were just like,
That's hilarious, dude.
and I was like, dude, I was like, y'all didn't hear me earlier. So I had to make a statement.
That is fucking hilarious. Oh my god. Way to make a statement there,
You're
buddy.
probably going to have to blur that scene unless you're going to leave it there.
No, I'll blur part of it. I'll blur the gesture. I'll put a sticker over it.
Everybody will know what it is after I said Adolf.
No one will know. No one would ever guess that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But knowing that this is a tiny little white boy with blonde hair, colored eyes, and he has the comb over,
Golly, dude,
I
that
can
is
swear he came out the bathroom and I saw a mustache growing on him.
no. Alan, what are you gonna do if he grows facial hair quicker than you?
Fuck it. I'll still look younger than him. I mean, look at you. You look 40. I'm still like in my teens.
Hey, fuck you.
I still get ID'd.
I don't.
Yeah, we know why.
I don't think I ever got ID'd. I think I got ID'd twice in my entire life. But I feel like we should move into our final segment.
Mini boss.
That way we can close out the show. You agree? Okay, well let me finish. I'll catch up to you.
Hey. Save it for the bedroom, cochinos. Let me finish. No. Save that shit for the bedroom.
You know.
I'm sorry. For some reason, here lately, I don't know.
You've been hanging out with yourself too much, haven't
I've
you?
been hanging out with some rather strange people, man.
Some
'Cause,
weird
like,
ass people.
sometimes, man, they're like, one dude applied for a supervisor position that opened up, and he was like, "Yeah, man, whenever I get it, man, I'm gonna take you all out at lunch." The guy that he works with
Uh-huh.
directly, he was just like, "Yeah, man, you can give me all that back pay on overtime." He's like, "I ain't gonna give you no back pay. I'll give you some back shots though." And I was like, "Oh my god,
No.
oh my god."
No.
And then he's like, "Oh, daddy," and I was like, "Oh my god."
No.
I was like, "Oh my god, who am I working with right now? This is.
Cochinos.
I need to get the fuck out of this office. This is like straight to HR."
Yeah. That's hilarious. All right, let's go into our final segment called Spill the D. But before we go into Spill the D, let me tell you about our good friends at Honeysuckle. Hey, D fam, we've got to take a second to shout out one of our biggest supporters and true friends of the show, Honeysuckle Brand and the Mood Room, Garden and Bar. If you haven't checked them out yet, now is the time because Texas just passed THC ban and stocking up is officially a priority. Luckily, Honeysuckle has you covered with their delicious and refreshing nectar seltzer, plus a whole lineup of top quality THC products that you do not want to miss out on. And speaking of things you don't want to miss out on, Honeysuckle's 420 Flower Hour event is coming up and it's going down at the Mood Room Garden and Bar, located at 711 Milby Street, Houston, Texas 77023. But that's not all. The Mood Room Garden and Bar is the spot for events all month long. From live music to pop ups, and every Thursday night they host open comedy night. So if you got jokes or just love to laugh, pull up and get in on the fun. And because Honeysuckle loves us, the Weekly D podcast, and our listeners as much as we do, we're hooking you up with 15% off your first purchase with when you use our special link. So don't wait to stock up while you can. Sip on some nectar seltzer and get ready to celebrate at 420 Flower Hour and all the amazing events at the Mood Room Garden and Bar. Now back to the show. God damn, dude, my eye is burning. You ever get like really dry eyes?
Isn't that from exhaustion?
Might be, could be.
I heard something about like whenever you like your eyes start burning and everything, it's exhaustion.
Well, I've
That
had
or
this.
allergies.
I've had this problem for a long time where, like, I don't produce enough tears, so I have the issue of extremely dry eyes. And sometimes, after working long days at a computer, and then doing this, they start to burn. But all
Well, I
right,
mean, you're still staring at a computer. By the way, quickly going back to the ad, what is the THC band? I seen it, but I never like really looked
so
into it.
they passed it, but it has to go through the Senate.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So it's still not 100% passed, but it's gonna ban all THC products except for CBD. Yeah, which I think is bullshit. I feel like they should regulate it. We all know the reason they're doing it is because a fucking gas station sell these shitty vapes with THC on them that's fucked up people already. But I mean, if you're buying it from the gas station, you should only blame yourself.
Yeah.
Like, find a reputable source that does third party testing. That's why I love Honeysuckle. They do all their stuff is third party tested. You know, one, they have a great product, but two, they make sure it's safe for everybody to enjoy, which is very much appreciated. But yeah.
Hey. Hyped up, heavy 808s, drop. Hey, it's time to let it go, let it ride. Spill the D, don't run, don't hide. Danny G, AOZ on the mic tonight. Anonymous confessions, let's shed some light.
But yeah. Right, spill the D. So our first question, it's actually a question today, was actually sent to us anonymously through our Instagram link. So if you want to send any confessions, questions, or just want to talk to us on the podcast, go follow the Weekly D on all social medias. You can send us questions anonymously through our anonymous link. You can send us questions, confessions, and pretty much anything on X at the Weekly D Pod. Use the hashtag spill the D. That way we can find it. And you can also send us an email at theweeklydpod@gmail.com with the subject line as Spill the D so we can find those questions, confessions, and answers. But yeah, so here we go, Alan. You ready? Okay, this was our anonymous question of the week. Would you rather get married and settle down or have a totally platonic, emotionally supportive, extremely gay looking bromance vacation with the homies every summer for the rest of your life?
Daniel, I love you. But yeah, I don't think this is gonna work. I think I'd rather be married and settle down and have kids.
Yeah, same, same. Although the vacation does sound pretty cool. Like
It
once a
sounds
year,
nice, especially when we might be going to like Bora Bora or Cozumel every so often and whatnot.
right? Go
Might even
fishing.
go to France or whatever.
Talking about France, I'm learning French, dude.
Oh my god,
I've learned to count up to
merci
7.
beaucoup.
I don't know. I've learned to count up to 7, but I refuse to pay for Duolingo, so I'm using my Google every day. I ask it a new word in French, and I practice it.
Okay, spit some knowledge. I'm waiting. I'm waiting.
Here you go. I'm gonna count 1 through 7. It kills Noelia every time too when I go, duh.
It's kind of funny, like hearing you say that because it's like one, and then it's like the obvious question: what the fuck comes after one? Two, duh. You fucking twit.
I learned croissant,
Croissant. LaCroix.
La Croix. It's pronounced La Croix. Step your game up, Alan. I know omelette du fromage.
Okay. So you're learning France.
I'm learning one word a
The
day.
the the language that I would probably want to learn is Japanese.
Konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa.
I have an Alexa and a Google. I literally just ask them a random word a day, and then I just practice it. Ironically, for some reason, every time I ask it to count to 10, it stops at 7. So I only know how to count to 7,
That's crazy.
which is duh, toi.
Duh. You said it with such confidence too. You fucking stupid.
That's how it says it when I ask it. It goes duh.
It was like
My accent is pretty accurate though, according to
sitting there,
Google.
and they're like, "Did this motherfucker just bust a nut on camera? Like, what the fuck was that?"
Duh, toi.
Brother,
Good times, good times. See, I'm learning French. I taught you something today.
Yes, I'd rather be married and settle down versus having an emotionally platonic, supportive romance
See,
with the guys
I feel
every
like I
summer.
still have that. I have the best of both worlds. To be honest, I'm married. I'm settled down,
Looking in the mirror does not count,
and
buddy.
then I have the homies. I got Chino. Chino's got Leroy.
Goddamn. Next. I
Oh
still
man,
don't know what that is, but I know it's bad because you make it sound bad.
it's bad.
Is it going to change my perspective of Chino completely?
It might. It might.
Mm, mm.
I don't know yet though.
It's
All right.
giving very bottom energy.
Maybe he'll send an anonymous one day on Spill the D, and we'll finally learn who
Yeah,
Leroy
you're going to
is.
have to change the name from Leroy to something else.
Right? What if Leroy listens?
Roquise. Me and Roquise.
Lacroix.
The Qua.
Maybe he'll cut.
Like black dude named Marquise. You know what? You say that you're gonna have to clip in fucking Stuart Little when he's on the fucking school trying to ring the bell, and then they were like,
Shit. I
with
need to find that clip.
the fucking turkey.
Yeah. Nah, I'm gonna find the kid from the Wild Thornberries. What's his name?
Dylan?
No, I don't think so.
No, dude, it's gotta be. Let me see, Thornberries.
Wild Thornberries, right? Donnie. I think it's Donnie.
Damn, I was close. I was
You were
close.
close. Yeah, I think it's a Donnie.
Yeah, Donnie.
Yeah. When he
Yaga,
spazzes out.
Babadididi, Babadididi.
I found that, dude, when I learned that that's what it was, I literally laughed for probably 30 minutes. Just, I kept saying
You're like,
it.
oh, this is gonna be a breeze. None,
Oh,
none, none,
man.
none.
Let's go to our next ability.
All right.
Okay. All right, D fam. I need to get this off my chest because I haven't told a single soul, and honestly, I might have to change my name and start a new life after this. So picture this: big family wedding, open bar, and me absolutely annihilated on whatever demon juice they were serving. I'm talking blackout level confidence, dancing like I just won the lottery, not a single ounce of shame in my body. Life is good. Then across the room, I see this absolute baddie. Stunning, laughing, vibing. We lock eyes. The energy, straight fire. We start dancing, getting close, and next thing you know, bam, we're making out in the corner. Like we just found out the world's ending tomorrow. And then I hear my mom scream, "Oh my god, that's your aunt." DFAM, I need you to understand the level of horror that hit me in that moment. My soul straight up ejected from my body. My liver filed a restraining order. My knees buckled like I just got sniped by fate itself. She turns pale. I turn into a ghost. My uncle just standing there holding his drink, looking at me like I just crashed his car. Now, every Thanksgiving, my aunt refuses to make eye contact. My uncle low key wants to fight me. And my mom has banned me from drinking at the family functions. I swear those margaritas were laced with bad decisions. And listen, I know this is bad. I know I'm going to hell, but DFAM, for half a second before I knew, I was kind of into it. Someone please tell me they have a worse story than this because I cannot believe I lived this. What do you
The
think?
way this was starting, I thought this was Chino's prison story.
I mean, maybe the uncle watching was Leroy.
God. Wait, but then who was he making out with?
Leroy? Leroy was just standing there with the beer in his hand,
Yeah, and
just
if it was
watching.
Chino, who was Chino making out with? Raquise.
Bonquisha, Sharkeisha.
His name's just Pepe. God damn.
Right.
Pepito. Fucking stupid. First of all, how didn't they know?
I
How
mean,
didn't they
okay.
know? I mean, I understand they were drunk. I get that. Okay.
But there
I
might be
get that.
a big family. Like they might have never met.
Yeah, he never said like how far of a distance in relation are they?
Yeah.
Is that like 10th removed aunt or what?
Like at what point does it become acceptable? Like second removed? She's
The
your aunt
closer
by
to kin, the
marriage?
deeper it goes in.
If she's aunt by marriage, does that they
We're
all
not
kin.
blood.
They just
Yeah.
kin, bro. They're kin, they ain't blood.
Got all the Mexican herbs and spices. God damn. Everybody's
God
getting
damn,
laid.
dude.
Fuck. I'm getting wild up in here. God damn. What the fuck?
No, that's crazy though. Yeah.
No, I was gonna say I work with somebody who we call Alabama because he's from Alabama. Yeah, he's the one that said that line.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like closer to kin, the deeper it goes in, and I was like, what the fuck?
It's like a
Yeah,
match.
that's another person that's got like an HR written all over it. It's a biohazard container.
I've heard the they kin, but they ain't blood.
Well, that's okay. All right, all right, all right. Send it.
All right, so let me tell you about the time I got so ridiculously high at a pro wrestling event that I forgot reality was a thing. So my boys and I pregame before this big wrestling show, biggest event of the year. Not gonna say WrestleMania, but probably WrestleMania. Packed arena, legendary lineup, and because I'm an idiot, I decide to hit a THC vape like it owed me money. Not just one hit, not two. I basically French kissed the damn thing. We get inside, and at first I'm chilling. The lights, the pyro, the crowd, it's all amazing. Then the first match starts, and I swear to God, I forgot wrestling was scripted. Bro, I'm in the crowd, losing my absolute mind. I start yelling at the ref like I'm personally responsible for law and order in this fake combat sport. At one point, a dude gets hit with a steel chair, and I stand up and scream, "Call an ambulance!" Like I'm the only person in the building who cares about this man's well being. My friends dying laughing, the strangers around me recording me, security keeping an eye on my dumbass, but it gets worse. Much, much worse. A wrestler gets thrown out of the ring near us, and he makes eye contact with me while he's knocked out on the floor. In my stone, paranoid brain, I think he knows I know he's faking it. So what do? I yell, "Bro, blink twice if you're okay." Dude breaks character for half a second trying not to laugh. His opponent jumps off the ropes and I scream like I just witnessed a murder. People around me lose it. By the end of the night, my voice was gone. I made it onto multiple fan cams, and I'm pretty sure at least one wrestler still remembers me as that baked guy who thought wrestling was real. Never again. Okay, maybe one more time.
Jesus Christ. Blink twice if you're okay.
You know, that reminds me, like, I love going to haunted houses around Halloween time, but I love to try to make the actors break character. Like, I'll say stupid shit to try to make them laugh or break character. I wonder how well that went at a wrestling event. Because, like, I've said some stupid shit. Like, when me and Olivia were first dating, we went to Red Rum in Rosenberg. Is it
Mm-hmm.
Rosenberg or is it Richmond? Richmond.
It's Richmond.
Yeah, we
It's
went
on
to
the other
Red
side of the
Rum.
river.
And there is one where it's like you're in a clown house and then you go down a slide and it's like I guess like a hospital setting, right? And there's like this foggy room and you're on top and you look down and all you see is the fog, you can't see the bottom. So we're walking through there and one of the actors like comes up behind me and she's like, "Ooh, I like you. I'm gonna take you with me." And I was like, "Oh, sweet." I was like, "My girlfriend's here though." I don't know if it's gonna be cool with her. And like you could tell that she wanted to say something like kind of like break character, but she didn't, right? And I was like, okay, well, my girlfriend walked off. Well, my wife now, but my girlfriend at the time, she walked off with her siblings because they were there with us. And I looked at this chick that's dressed in like the girl from the ring, and I was like, "Will you be my friend?" I swear to God, she busted out laughing so hard. But I love doing that shit. I love going to the haunted houses and just cracking jokes, trying to get them to break character.
I've seen videos where like some of the actors at different haunted houses when they're like recorded, they'll like scare a group. And then there was one that I watched where they scared the group, and the group pushed this poor girl as a decoy, and everybody else ran out.
No way.
And so then the guy's just standing there, and he's just like, helps her stand up, gives her the chainsaw, and says, "Go after them."
That's awesome. Oh my God, that's so good. So
Those are the kind of videos I see.
I don't know why. Like when I go to haunted houses, I'm like hyper aware of everything. So I always catch like the actors resetting or getting in their spots. So I don't ever really get scared. So I like to try to break character. But I remember one year, I went with my wife and her siblings, and her little sister was like 12 at the time, and she was terrified. Right? She's like the whole time she wanted me to hold her hand and walk her through the haunted house. So at one point, I guess the actors kind of figured out what she was doing, and she would like have me walk at the very end so no one would run up behind them. So at one point, one of the actors tapped me on the shoulder, and he like waves me to go with them, and I was like, okay. So we're walking, and then I just like step out. There's like a little trap door that they were coming in and out of. I step into that and just disappear on them, and I could watch them from where I was. And the dude just like he like creeps up behind them. He grabs my sister in law's hand, and she didn't notice. She was just walking, and all of a sudden someone pops up in front of them, and they freak out and they turn around to run backwards, and this dude just wow.
God damn, you're just sitting there looking at the people and like, yep,
I was just watching.
that's funny.
Yeah, good times, good
Jesus
times.
Christ. I've actually never been to a haunted house.
No,
Nah,
you're
not
not
my
into
thing.
it.
Actually, no, I've been to one. I was like really, really tiny. I remember my aunt took me.
Uh-huh.
And back then I used to be able, so you know how I can bark
Uh-huh.
and sound like a real dog?
Uh-huh.
When I was younger, I used to actually do like I used to say it's a cheetah, but I don't think it's a cheetah. I think it's more like a jaguar roar. And so instead of being scared, I was sitting there and
You're just
everything that
roaring
would
at
jump
them.
out, I would just fucking just go, wow,
That would kill me.
everything. To fucking everything. To the point to where she just grabbed my hand and just dragged me to the exit. She said, "This is not as fun as I thought it was."
You know what we need to do? Me and Chino's older brother, a couple years ago, we went on a zombie hunt where you get airsoft guns and you walk through a haunted house with airsoft guns and you shoot all the zombies. It was all
Damn.
fun and games though until they tricked us. They made us believe we made it out. So like I unloaded the entire canister of BBs that they gave us just to find out there's like a swarm of zombies that come out at the very end and chase you out. We all just sat there.
Did you have the single tap or one tap?
What do you mean?
Like whenever you were clearing rooms and stuff, were you like single tapping or?
No, you had to double tap on some of them. Yeah. But it was funny too because we were like Arabs in the middle of the desert, just fucking firing all the BBs at the end,
God damn.
and all of a sudden you just see the swarm of them coming, and we literally all just like took off.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Hell yeah, it was fun though. It
It
was,
sounds pretty dope. I think that's something I would do, a zombie hunt. That'd be pretty dope.
yeah. I think Chino's brother got whacked with the gun once by accident by someone else that freaked out.
Wait, is this George? Oh, that's even more hilarious. I picture it now.
Yeah, imagine him the way he yells at us when we play PUBG, Overwatch.
Y'all need to lock it.
Yeah, it was literally that. It was so much fun. Because we were trying to be all badass, like holding each other's shoulder and gun on.
He's probably sitting there. He's probably sitting there like, great timing to emote, guys. That was a great time to emote. We almost won the game.
You know what's funny is like I'm the one that initiated was firing all the BBs at the end, so he was pissed at the end. He's like, "Oh, great fucking idea!"
That dude's so competitive. They both are.
He's hilarious. Yeah.
It's even funnier when they're sitting there bitching at each other.
Oh, it's the best. It's the best.
Like, Gino,
It's so funny.
why'd you go that way? I was like, because this is normally what I do and it usually works.
Oh, you should have seen when we used to go play soccer on Sundays.
God.
We used to all get together, get drunk, and play soccer on a Sunday afternoon. Bro, the amount of times that we would see Chino and George fight was hilarious.
Dude, I tried to. So Dylan apparently got like a mini soccer ball.
Mm-hmm.
And I was sitting there trying to like bring out my inner Mexican yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, Nicole broke my ankle.
Damn.
She was like, and I was like, ah, and then I was like, ah, my ankle.
She juked you?
I was like, ah, my leg. And after that, I was like, fuck this game. I was like, this is why I kicked my coach when I was fucking 7 years old. Fuck this
Jesus
shit.
Christ.
No, I really did. My parents actually recorded it. I think that tape is lost now.
Damn it, I was gonna say we need that clip.
Yeah. But like the camera kind of messed up like mid recording, so you'd see where like I prep my foot to kick, and then it kind of like messes up right there. I remember that
That's
part.
so funny.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Fuck, if only we could recover that.
Yeah.
My mom has a clip of me arguing with the ref in the middle of a high school basketball game because he called a foul and I just started going off on him. Shit, buddy. I think this is a good spot to call it a night. What do you think?
Especially since you started the yawning fit, you asshole.
I'm tired. I'm tired.
Me too, man. I've been getting up at 5 to go to work, dude.
Damn.
Yeah.